Pete Alonso signing a huge deal with the Baltimore Orioles. Are you kidding me? This is insane. I did not ever think this was going to happen. Full disclosure, I lived on the East Coast for about a decade before moving over to the West Coast. And I was in the Virginia Beach area, so minor league team, Norfolk Tides, followed the Baltimore Orioles very closely for last 10 years or so. And this is something they never do. And when they do, it usually never works out. They signed $150 million first baseman before. His name is Chris Davis, and that turned into a terrible contract. Well, the Baltimore Orioles 2 years ago won 100 wins. Last year, they finished last in the AL East. Something had to change for Mike Elias, Dave Rubenstein, and this ownership group. Now they signed Pete Alonso to a 5-year, $155 million deal after missing out on Kyle Schwarber, who went and moved on and staying with the Philadelphia Phillies. This is an interesting lineup now. Adding Pete Alonso to the mix, this could really make them battle back to the top of the AL East with the Yankees and the Blue Jays, and obviously the Rays will find a way to come back. We'll see what the Red Sox can do. But man, Nick, this is an exciting signing for Baltimore.
Yeah, and just looking at this as like we've talked about this before, I want to make it very clear yet again, because if this clip will get out there, I am not a huge baseball understander yet. This is going to take time.
I can't wait for the day that you can say you're a baseball savant.
It's coming. It's coming. Like that's kind of the end goal of this whole Marv and Rauh in the morning, right? That's what we're trying to get to. But when I see these numbers being thrown around, like, gosh, if I have a son, I think he's gonna have to pick up the bat right away. We're gonna have to start 100%. Learning how to pitch. These numbers are insane. So good on the Orioles for actually doing some spending. We were doing some it was almost like a class session off air a few days ago when you were basically teaching me that the MLB needs to have a cap minimum or a salary minimum or whatever, where guys are required to spend so much. So I think this is good on them. The biggest question that I have here is, did the Orioles actually win with Schwarber not, they were in the market. They were going to buy him potentially, or at least, earn his contract or whatever, however you want to word it. Is this better? Do you want Schwarber or do you want Alonso in this situation if you're Baltimore?
I think for the bat, Schwarber's better. We'll see if the future holds. Obviously, Pete Alonso is just right up there. Wins home run derbies. He's had 50 home run seasons before. But I think in recency bias, I think Schwarber's better with the bat. However, Schwarber has no defense. There's no defense at all. And not saying that Baltimore truly actually needs Alonso to be a defenseman. I don't know if he's actually going to play first base or he's DHs, right? They're obviously got a guy like Ryan Mountcastle still in the mix. Who knows if he moves now? There was possibility talking of Ryan Mountcastle being moved in this offseason anyways. You got some other younger players as well that could step in and do some things. We'll see what Sam Basallo does. We'll see if Adley Rutschman continues to be a catcher, moves to DH. But this opens up the fact of Pete Alonso moving to DH or playing first base. Kyle Schwarber, you're a DH. That's it.
Right.
So it brings a little bit more versatility to the Orioles organization. Something with all these younger players, I think, is pretty cool. Another underrated stat here, or I guess maybe underrated conversation, is that they signed Taylor Ward or traded for Taylor Ward earlier this offseason as well. And having Pete Alonso and Taylor Ward next to each other could really open up this offense to a whole different level. The Orioles might want to think about redoing these dimensions. So a few years ago, the Orioles changed their left field dimensions to actually move it back, make Camden Yards a little bit more pitcher friendly, if you will. If they might want to consider moving it back to normal standards, because Pete Alonso would put 100 dingers out of Camden Yards. That's the case. 100 is saturated. It's over. I'm over exaggerating, but legit would have a 50 home run season in Camden Yards. If I had to tell you yes or no, I think it's pretty even, man. But if I had to lean towards one, I guess I'll just stick to the thing that's already happening. I think it's good for Baltimore that they're getting a guy that can play first base and DH. So maybe it is a good blessing in disguise that they missed out on Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. And I wanted to touch on that. You mentioned the Orioles and their stadium in the short that you put out here on Marv and Rauh in the morning. That is hilarious to me. That's one of my favorite things about baseball. As little as I know, the fact that every stadium is different, and every game there's going to be a fan that says, well, if this was played here, this was out of here. That's the point of baseball, is that I guess not every field is the same. There are accounts dedicated solely to the fact that there are high school stadiums out there that have 150 yard, are they in yards or feet? 100 feet.
Feet. Yeah.
it's like 150-foot right field and then like a basically 700-foot left field. Like it's just because they just go to the nearest road in high school. Like what are we even talking about? So that's what makes baseball super exciting from that standpoint. We'll see if the Orioles actually do make the change. Highly doubtful, but
no, they won't.
Yeah.
I mean,
How fast can you do construction, right? Like that's what it comes down to.
I mean, they could get it done in the offseason. They did it in one offseason before, but they put so much work into it, and so they're not going to do it again. It's just not going to happen. And it's just, he signed without knowing that was going to happen. Camden Yards, by the way, one of the most beautiful stadiums I have ever been to. I've been there multiple times. Watching home runs get hit to Utah Street. Cool thing. You're learning baseball. Let's learn it together. Yeah. If you're a fan, you're learning baseball. If you hit so there's a nice brick road right behind the stadium called Utah Street. If you hit a home run and it lands on Utah Street, they will put a little like marker with your name and how long the distance went in the year. Super cool to walk past on Utah Street and see all the home runs hit. Very cool.
That's super cool. Because is it Chicago that they hit into the river and there's always people out there in the kayaks?
San Francisco.
Okay, I know the kayaks thing. That's electric as well. That's what there's so many weird things about baseball, and I've agreed with this statement for a long time. I guess I'm curious how you feel about it. The best part of baseball is like everything around baseball. Like from the guy who doesn't understand the sport yet, like the traditions of like you said, like with Utah Street, or like the guys out there who literally sit out all game in a kayak just for the chance to get a home run ball. Like all of that is electric to me.
Yeah, I love everything about the sport. I mean, from the minor leagues all the way to the majors. I like the way they handle free agency. I mean, you can even be a sicko and watch Rule 5 drafts. We're going to get you to that point by next year. Rule 5 draft just happened at winter meetings. We're going to get you to the fact that you're going to be so in tune that you're going to probably do your own solo show here about the Rule 5 draft. That's how much of a sicko you're about to be when it comes to baseball. I'm so excited for it.